All right, so we skipped the last two questions under the Explore, and now we're on to Explain 1. So now we're actually introducing the word radian, and we're saying that for any central angle theta, the ratio theta equals S over R. So now when we're talking about the unit circle, remember that's going to have a radius of 1. So radian is going to be a word you're going to hear a lot. There's 360 degrees in the circle, circumference is 2 pi. So if you want to know one trip around the circle ends up being 2 pi. So to go all the way around, that takes us 2 pi in the unit circle. All right, so they give us directions on converting degrees to radians and then converting radians to degrees. So for the time being, I want you to kind of lightly cross out the word radians here, because if we look at these formulas, that radians is what we're going to find a number to go next to that pi. It's not necessarily going to be already given to us. So if we have degrees and we need radians, degrees going to radians, we're going to take the degrees, multiply by pi over 180. If we have the radians and we're going to degrees, you take the radians, you multiply by 180 over pi. Okay, so in example 1, we have degrees and we're going to radians. So to go from degrees to radians, we're multiplying by pi over 180, which they've done here. Again, you're not going to put the pi into the calculator, so when I'm putting this into the calculator, I'm putting in 20 times, and there's nothing on top, so you can just do 1 over 180. Math 1, of course, to get us back to 1/9, and then put the pi back. So in radians, that has become pi over 9. Okay, which is what they got. So you don't necessarily need to put the pi in the calculator. You can make it 1, just so that you are consistent and do not have any rounding errors. Take a minute, practice plugging these in. Make sure you can get from degrees to radians. All right, now we're going in the opposite direction. So we have radians and we're trying to get to degrees. So we're going to multiply by 180 over pi. So if you notice, when I multiply here, my pi's cancel. So 180 divided by 8, put it in the calculator. It should simplify nicely. And you should get 22.5 degrees. Okay, in the second one, we've got 4 pi over 3. So we are in radians, we need to get to degrees, so we multiply by 180 over pi. Now my pi's cancel, so what I get to put in the calculator here is 180 times 4 divided by 3. So I'll pull up the calculator. Yes, you can do the fraction if you would like it. So alpha y equals 1 will get you there fast. 180 times 4 over 3 does give us 240. So there's my degrees. (240 degrees is the same as 4 pi over 3 in radians. All right, so we do it again for 9 pi over 2. 180 over pi times 9 pi over 2. Pi's cancel. So 180 times 9 over 2 should give you 810 degrees. Okay, 2 more here. Remember, you can press pause and stop it so that you have time to practice with the calculator if you need to, or even try the next 2 and then double check answers. 180 over pi times negative 7 pi over 12. Pi's cancel. Put that into the calculator. Do not lose your negative. So you will get negative 105 degrees. And last time, 180 over pi times negative 13 pi over 6. Pi's cancel. We still got a negative 390 degrees. Okay, so that's going from radians